Hello everyone, welcome to LaxTech. Today I'm going to show you how to install a CPU, a water cooler, and RAM. But before we begin, let's review the components that you will need. Please pause the video to review these parts. The first step that I like to start with is installing the water cooler mounting bracket. Since most brackets lie flush with the back of the motherboard, installing this first will allow me to flip the motherboard face up with the bracket lying flush to the back. This allows me to seamlessly transition from installing the CPU to installing the water cooler. For video purposes, prior to recording, I removed the plastic CPU slot protector. New builders should leave this protector on until the CPU is ready to install. CPU brackets are designed to be easy to open. Simply push down and apply a little bit of outward pressure to release the locking arm. The bracket will then be free to pull up. To ensure proper positioning of the CPU in the CPU slot, there's little notches that need to be lined up. The CPU does not have to be pushed into the slot, it simply lies on top and the housing is closed over it. The goal when applying thermal paste is to have the greatest surface area coverage on the CPU after the water cooler is installed. I have found that an X pattern works the best, but you can experiment with others. It is important to make sure that you know which direction you want the tubes to go on the water cooler. Once you have set the water cooler on top of the thermal paste, removing it from the thermal paste can cause the coverage to be compromised. And this is not something you want to happen because the coverage is very important in dissipating heat from the CPU. Some water coolers come with pre-applied thermal paste. It is up to you whether you want to keep that or apply your own. Once the water cooler has been set on top of the thermal paste, it is important to keep a light but steady pressure on top of the water cooler to prevent it from sliding around while you're securing the bracket. RAM can only be installed in one direction, so just make sure that you orient the card in the right direction and then apply a pressure to each end of the card to click it into place. Make sure the double data rate of each card is the same. Additionally, make sure the capacity of each card is the same. Mixing and matching capacities is not recommended and could lead to decreased performance. I found a convenient way to hide the power cable to the water cooler, and that is to wrap it around the housing to the water cooler and then plug it into the CPU fan slot.